Good morning, good morning, good morning. Could you guys confirm if you guys can hear me? I'm gonna turn down the music in a bit, but yeah, just a quick check. Wait, the music should be fine actually for you guys. But let me know if the music's too loud, etc, etc. I got me drink here. I hope you guys got your drinks. We're gonna be having a casual stream, a weekend stream, a mango stream. We're gonna be talking about nothing. We're gonna be talking about the dump. We're going to be talking about how we're going to be buying the dump, which coins we're going to be letting loose off, which coins we'll be allocating into, because there's so much information revealed to all of us on this dump. Some coins showing magnificent strength, shocking strength. So, valuable information. No drinking, I lost half of my money. Because of the drinking or because of the dump? Oh, you guys can't hear the music? Oopsies. How about now? How's it going, Sherwin? How's it going, Julian? How's it going, guys? Mystic Hodler's here too. It's been a while, bud. It's been a while. Hey, guys, smash the like. There's like 30 of you here and sub 10 likes. Smash him. Hey Joel, how's it going, man? Alright, so what do you guys want to start off with? Altcoins, Bitcoin, macro? There's a couple of things I do want to address with the macro scene. Not too much, but something we should be keeping an eye on. Posted it in the Discord, or was it Seed? Seed? I think both, I'm not sure. Or we could do a quick review of the cascading pattern play, which kind of has already played out, right? But there's a bigger equilibrium play within it that we've been gunning for. Macro, Bitcoin, all, says Joel. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. The staking ban. Oh, yeah, right. That's the new narrative, right? Yeah, I think it's gonna come and go. Again, if you see the market make a new high here, a new local high, you know that we're in a bull market for sure then, right? Because if bearish news is just ignored by the market after the initial dump, you know that it's a bull market. I'm not saying it's a parabolic bull market. Remember, we can have interim bull markets within a more macro bear market kind of thing. You guys know my thoughts on how I think we're gonna proceed. Are we falling? No. We're gonna find out. Currently sitting on support, man. If we lose this level here, remember, daily dynamic. I guess we should probably start with Bitcoin just to get people's attention, and then switch. We are looking at Bitcoin, but before we start, good morning, everyone. My name is Sean Dex, and I welcome you back to the Mango live stream. I have my drink here. I have peanut butter too. Today I'm going to be doing something really odd. I'm going to be having drinks with a side of peanut butter. Don't ask me why. Alrighty. I'm going to turn down the music a tad bit. Let me know if I overdo it. Is that good for you guys? Hey, easy shotter. Hey man, that's not safe. Don't do that. Mango does not condone that. Risk management, but risk management. Yeah, Frank the Tank, you'll be surprised as to how many coins are sitting on their 4-hour 200 moving average. I was gonna say 4-hour 200 day moving average, which makes no sense. Yeah, but we can go ahead and take a look at that actually. So 4-hour 200 moving average on Bitcoin, and then let's go on over to my purple list over here. Let's look at curve, 4-hour 200 moving average. I believe sand as well, 4-hour 200 moving average. And just to give you guys some guidance as to what could happen from here, remember, I got shook out of my Wu trade, right, in this region, right? I got shook out of my Wu trade, and the last stream we talked about how we're going to pull Wu down by using a secret technique of the ruler. It worked, guys. But anyways, when I got shook out, it was when Wu came down on over to the 4-hour 200 moving average, right? So I'm not saying everything's going to bounce off this level just because Wu did, but I do want to point out that Wu put in a very bearish formation over here. Distribution broke down, did not see the entire move, instead bounced off the 200 moving average and then rallied. Right now, we're seeing something similar with curve. Right, we put in a bearish distribution formation. We've come down onto the 4-hour 200 moving average. Do we bounce from here? I'm not saying that just because it happened in Wu, it needs to happen over here. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's something fun to talk about. Bitcoin too, right? Same story. Going back to Bitcoin, distribution formation broke down 4-hour 200 moving average, but we have a little bit more guidance to go by because we do have the bottom of the daily dynamic that we were gunning for, right? We were gunning for. I'm actually looking for Bitcoin to, I'm hoping that Bitcoin does come down a tad bit more. I might be getting greedy. Because we're already we're 3.94% away from the 4-day dynamic, right? Okay, guys, I'm just going to be all over the place over here today. I'm not going to be structured at all. So let's just go with the flow. Okay, I'll tell you guys what I'm thinking. In my mind, right? I've been saving some allocation, some gunpowder, if you will, to be able to buy a potential dip on Bitcoin close to the 4-day dynamic, okay? The 4-day dynamic, which I just showed you guys, which is coming in at, the 4-day dynamic is coming in around 20,800, okay? 20,800. Now, at the back of my mind, what I was looking at was essentially the price action all the way from 2019, right, where we had an impulse move off the consolidation lows. We had a consolidation on the weekly time frame. Remember, this took 5 weeks. 5 weeks. In hindsight, it doesn't feel like that long. It didn't feel like that long of time because time was flying after the fact, but during this period it was painful for trend traders. Anyways, over here, what happened was we defended the daily 21 EMA, which I'm about to show you guys. I'm gonna turn off everything else. Keep only the 21 EMA, so you guys can focus on that. Okay, so we defended the 21 EMA. I remember the emotions here vividly because I'd wake up every morning, okay, for the daily open, and I'd be like, are we defending it? Are we defending it? Are we defending? Because I was really long. I was really freaking long, and my invalidation was if we lose the daily 21 EMA, I'm out of the trade, right? And every effing day, man, every effing day, we just slightly close above it. Look at that. Look at that, right? I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and then this candle happened, right? This candle, which was like a conviction bounce, and then boom, 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 boom. Okay, so I remember all of that. What I didn't have at my disposal at the time was the daily dynamic, which kind of threw us out of proportion now. Okay, so you can see at the time I didn't have the daily dynamic, but you can see that we wicked onto the bottom of the daily dynamic and held the daily dynamic for the entire time. I just see Ajesh on the chat now. Hey, how's it going, Ajesh? Yeah, so we held the daily dynamic, right, the entire time. The bottom of the daily dynamic was support, and then we took off. But there's something else that we've been following for a while now, which is the 4-day dynamic. I'm going to turn on to the 4-day, and we're going to go ahead and see that we didn't come down to the 4-day dynamic, but we were kind of close, right? We were around, let's see, 6%. This time we're only 3% away. Am I being greedy by not adding to my position here? Because I'm not trading this based on massive position sizes where I can't handle downside, right? I'm going low leverage, low position sizes where I should be able to handle significant downside, right? You're not going to catch a massive move, by the way, guys. You're not going to catch a move like this, right? All the way to from 3K to 14K without having low leverage. There's no way. You're going to get shook out in between if you have high leverage. So it's a trade-off. So I need to tell myself that, you know what, if you're building a position, you need to be okay having downside. You need to be okay with price going underneath your overall average buy. You need to be okay with volatility, right? Because if you want to catch a big move, you're more concerned about making sure that you have a position for the trend as opposed to making sure that you have the perfect buy. So it's a trade-off at all times. So yeah, over here back then, I was a lot more focused only on Bitcoin. So I was able to make all the right decisions, even without the tools I have at my disposal at the moment. Which goes to show, by the way, you guys do not need any of these tools, right? I'm showing you guys the dynamic, I'm showing you guys the dashboard. You guys don't need any of that. You don't need it. If you put in the hard work, you guys will be just fine. But yeah, 4-day dynamic wasn't tested last time. We were 6% away from it. We tested the bottom of the daily dynamic and we bounced off it. This time, we are pretty close to the 4-day dynamic. And I've been kind of waiting for a move down to the 4-day dynamic to get that easy buy. Am I getting too greedy for that? That's what's going on at the back of my mind at the moment. Julian posted something in the Discord earlier today saying that, showing that we have the 4-day 10 SMA underneath us. Boom, look at that, right? So I might be getting greedy. Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud over here, guys. I know this is not too helpful for you guys, but you guys at the very least get a glimpse into my mindset while I'm building a trend trade position. They don't always go well, by the way. Right? I get dumped on sometimes hard. I give back a lot of profits, but when I do catch a win, I catch monster wins, right? And I'm kind of hoping for that over here. If I can catch a monster win in the beginning of the year, it's gonna be really it's gonna take a big load off for the rest of the year for me, right? So yeah, 4-day 10 SMA over here, bottom of the daily dynamic, and we're seeing oscillators really reset themselves, right? Oscillators are coming all the way down over here. RSI not down just yet, but stokes are. Let's see what the 12-hour stokes are saying. 12-hour stokes have bottomed now. This is kind of what you want to see. I don't know, man. I think after the stream, I may start just market buying. I have a question on your Mango trading course, please. Yeah, sure, man. Go ahead. Ask away. Julian. Oh yeah, you can use the Mango techniques across all markets, man. It's not specific to crypto at all. Not at all. You can ask Sherwin, Mock's in here too, and Mock trades everything, right? Mock trades Forex. So, in fact, the techniques I teach were taken from, like, I've read books from the 1980s and the 1990s, and of course, more recent books as well. But these were techniques before crypto existed. So, dude, the only difference between crypto and all other markets is the volatility. And volatility is one of the core ideas we teach in Mango that is the basis of our risk management. But that's the only difference between crypto and everything else. Is it one course or for different? Is it one course or different for different instruments? No, it's one entire course, and we have sections within the Mango Seed private chats that have traditional. So we have, like, where we post our traditional. We categorize it based on crypto charts, Bitcoin charts, altcoin charts, traditional charts, etc. But I don't trade stocks all that much. But for Forex, yes, definitely, I've used all of this on Forex myself. All right, there's something else that I do want to talk about that might be kind of adding fuel to this dump. And this is a little bit more legitimate, in my opinion, than this new narrative about the staking ban. And honestly, if the staking ban was legit, shouldn't Ethereum be getting dumped on way harder? I'm not seeing that, by the way. I'm seeing some strength on Ethereum, relative strength on Ethereum, so keep that in mind. What I think we should be concerned about is what's going on over here in the bond market, which is depicted on the 2-year. What the hell? I have too many charts on my green list now. I need to trim that down. Let's go to my macro list. I have my 3-year here. 3-year should be good. Okay, so we talked about this on our Discord too, right? We were looking at the 2-year, but the 3-year is just as good. What matters here is the psychology of the market, and you're seeing this rally. I think this rally came in right after the jobs report and a flag, and we were hoping for this flag to break down, which would essentially say that, hey, the market kind of overreacted to this, and we are going to go back to what we've been having recently, which is a nice downtrend, right? A nice downtrend, which is essentially the market saying that, you know what, we think that things are going to be okay now, right? We are not going to be demanding more yield for the risk that we are taking on the short term. That's really important. Okay, on the short end of the curve, they were beginning to say, okay, we are okay at getting lower yield, but now you're seeing this massive break to the upside, which means that the market is demanding more yield, or essentially saying one of two things. That, okay, I'll make it simple for you guys. The market is pricing in a recession over here. Okay, they're basically saying that, okay, we are going into a recession, because if you look at the 10-year, the 10-year is actually catching a bid relative. The curve is deep. The yield curve is actually getting deeper now, right? Which is essentially the market saying that they think a recession is coming based on what is happening. One of two things: either that, or they are asking for more inflation. They think inflation is going to get out of control. One of two things, which is not a soft landing. The market is saying that soft landing is kinda out of the picture at the moment. So they're not believing Jay Powell's in the press conference. He essentially said that, yeah, I think a soft landing is possible, and the market was believing him for the longest time, and now we're kind of getting mixed signals. So this needs to resolve itself. And we had posted saying that if this breaks up, we're going to see markets come down. But if this breaks down, you should see a bounce in the markets. But this broke up. And as soon as this broke up, you saw S&P break down as well. You saw Bitcoin break down. You saw altcoins break down. So watching this is going to be really important. If this keeps going up higher and higher and higher, you can expect more pain in the markets. Yeah, Julian nailed it over there. The course isn't about trading; it's mostly about risk management and game theory. The way the course is taught is essentially I start off with psychology and basics of risk management using fun game theory. Right? I don't get into the nitty-gritty of risk management because the risk management is boring for a lot of people, but it's really, really important. So I basically drill down the importance of risk management in the beginning of the program, let's say the first 20%. Then we go into the meat of trading, right? Trend trading and support and resistance, etc., right? We go into the meat of trading, and then we circle back into core risk management, which is like a 5.5-hour module, right? All of this is also like long modules, but risk management alone, like I have an entire module. If you combine the first section, which is a good 20%, and then this, I guess, like is a lot of risk management on Mango. It's more about, the way we trade is more about surviving than about making money. Like, so just just to put the to set the stage, right? If you're looking for like these secret techniques to make millions and millions and 100x and 200x, you're not going to get that from the Mango C program, because the entire program is focused on how to survive. And yeah, because honestly, I think the wins come as a consequence of just surviving in these markets. Like in crypto, all you need to do is survive, man. I just survived my way into my riches. I didn't do anything special. Yeah, there you go, man. So he says survival is good enough at the moment, having blown through 5 accounts. Exactly, right? Exactly. Because I read enough accounts, enough stories, enough books to know that to beat more, and in the long run, I'm going to beat the market. And my goal was never to become rich within one cycle. I had a certain goal to achieve in regards to my Bitcoin allocation, Bitcoin stack, and I gave myself time to do it. And I only hit that goal in November, man. And I announced it to the Grove. I was like, man, after all this effing time, I did it slow and steady, but I only hit my goal in November. Like, it's crazy to think. I'm so like, I keep going up to Krisha. I'm like, Krisha, can you believe it? We did it. Like, it's so slow. It was so slow, man. It was so slow. Like watching so many of my friends make so much money within one cycle was not easy. But I know only of one friend who kept it. Okay, he's actually in Mango Seed too. He's very, very quiet, but I know only one friend who kept it. There are probably other people. But by the way, I'm not talking about other seedlings out there who made like gazillions of dollars. I'm talking about friends from back in 2016, 2017. Right? I'm talking about friends from back then. Oh, is my sound? Oops, I'm sorry. Is it better now? I was probably speaking away from the mic. Hello. Man. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, I'll give you guys a secret to trading the stock market and trading crypto. Okay, all you need to do is be a consequence of the market success. Don't try to beat the market. Don't try to beat the market. The market is going to be the market. Look at what the stock market has done, man. Look at what the stock market has done. Right? People have been talking about depression and how the economy sucks, etc., etc. And you can be a bear and be really cool for these periods of time when the market's dumping, right? And you can feel like a genius during those periods. But you just look back 10 years and look at what this market has done. So in the long term, you should not be trying to beat this market, because this market's doing fantastic. I'm not saying hodl. Okay, don't do that either. Don't do that either. What I'm trying to say is you just need to survive this market, and this market will give you everything you want. Don't try to be a genius. You don't need to catch the exact bottoms. You don't need to catch the exact tops. You just need to catch the trend. That's all we're doing here, right? What have we been talking about at Mango for the Bitcoin trade? Is that a lot of people have been extremely bearish, saying that there's this issue that we need to resolve, there's that issue that we need to resolve, we have a recession coming along, we have the Genesis, we have GBDC, we have all this nonsense, right? Grayscale. But all of those issues may happen over here when Bitcoin's sitting at 45,000 or at 50,000, right? Or at 30,000. We don't know. What the TA was telling us, what the TA was telling us was that Bitcoin was going to make a move from 17K to 24K. And there's no reason to miss out on the market doing that. The market wants to do that. You take the ride along with the market to do that, right? Period. That's it. It's as simple as that. And then the market may keep going, and we're going to hope for that. But if it doesn't, we're going to de-risk. And knowing how to de-risk, knowing when to de-risk, knowing when to call quits, and having that psychology at the back of your mind is far more important than trying to beat the market at the tops and beat the market at the bottoms, man. You don't need that, right? Like, if you think back to this period over here, Mango was looking for just one thing. Mango didn't want to, like, I was long at 65K, 60K, man. I was long. I'm not ashamed of it, because I don't know whether the market was going to stop there or the market was going to go to 120K. I had no idea, right? But what I did know was that as soon as we lost the 10 SMA on the monthly, I'm just de-risking out of everything. Like, I'm not going to be taking leverage trades for a very, very long time. And then we went ahead and did something else. We went ahead and rejected the TK and broke underneath the cloud. I was like, all right, this is getting bad now, right? You need to know how to step your way out of a market that is going the other way. Do what the market wants to do. Don't try to beat the market. The market's always right. I don't know, go ahead and quickly talk about, since we're on the topic of the market is always right, you need to understand that the market is always right at that point of time, and the market will change its opinion for the future, right? So if the market thinks something at the moment, the market is right, because they're going to price in that at the moment, right? You may think that Bitcoin is worth $300,000 right now, but if the market doesn't think so, you should not be positioning for that right now. But if you think that the market is going to think that Bitcoin is going to be worth $300,000 in the future, or rather I should put it differently. If you think that in the future, the market will think that Bitcoin is worth $300,000, then you position for that, right? There's a big difference in that mindset. You need to always position for one, what the market thinks and is pricing in right now, and what you think the market will change its mind about in the future. That deviation, or rather that spread between what the market thinks today and what the market will think in the future, is your trade. It's not about what's right. It doesn't fucking matter what's right. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. The hard truth, which is why fundamentals very, very rarely matter. Once the market really comes to terms that, oh, you know what, these are the fundamentals and we accept it, then your fundamentals matter. But how often do fundamentals go unheard, not mattering? Very often, you just never hear about it. It's confirmation bias that you hear about, oh, the fundamentals are so good, of course, XYZ had to go up to so-and-so price, right? But we're seeing absolute shitcoins in the top 10 in every market cycle. What happened to fundamentals there? It didn't matter because the market thought a certain thing. Okay, I'm reaching out for my drawing tablet so I can draw for you guys. Do you guys like my drawings? My scribbles? All right. Lots of alpha, a lot of alpha in your words. So, hey, man, thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate that you guys are finding these. Sherwin told me not to call them rants anymore. So, I don't know, these. What do I call them then? I don't, okay. For lack of better word, rants. I appreciate that you guys find them useful. All right, what we're looking at over here, guys, is the target rate probabilities for the next Fed meeting, right? So this is essentially the market estimating, or the market placing a bet on what they think the Fed is going to raise interest rates by for the next meeting. Okay, the current rate is 450 to 475. Now you can see that there's a 90.8% probability placed on 475 to 500, which means that the market, okay, you can just do the math, right? 450 to 475 minus 475 to 500 is essentially a raise of 25 basis points. Okay, the market is expecting that the Fed raises one more time next month. Okay, let's go ahead and see what the market thought just 1 week ago. Okay, there you go. 2.6% here and 97.4% over here. Okay, so now, if you guys look at this row over here, guys, okay, the second row, it's essentially saying that the market thought that the Fed was going to increase by 25 basis points 1 week ago, 97% probability. Now that has come down. So now that probability has gone on over to the 50 basis points. So that's bearish, right? So that's another reason, or another way to look at what the market is thinking. Right? I showed you guys how interest rates have gone up on the short end, right? How the market is demanding more yield, demanding more risk. Well, the market might be also trying to push the Fed to raise rates by 9.2%. Because I think the jobs report kind of spooked a lot of people out. Even though you're getting mixed signals across the reports, right? Because I'm not going to go into the macro stuff, but you're getting mixed signals, right? So that's probably what's going on at the moment, where the market thinks, okay, you know what? We initially thought that a 0 basis points hike was on the table, but now we have to discard that completely, and we have to actually consider a 50 basis points hike. As soon as this comes back onto the table, right? Markets are going to come down because, we thought we were going to go downwards in rate hikes and potentially, or at the very least, flat, right? Flat in regard, and when I say flat, I mean that J Powell has been raising, and then he stops somewhere around the next meeting or so, and then he just keeps rates flat instead of raising, right? But now, if they think that J Powell is raising, then he slows down and then suddenly increased by 50, that's scary, right? That's scary for the market. And I really don't think J Powell is going to do that, because that's gonna introduce like too much market volatility in the fixed income market again, and volatility in the fixed income market will lead to lower liquidity, and lower liquidity in the fixed income market is just dangerous for everyone. A lot of talk about transitionary inflation by Kathy Wood. She's been talking about transitionary inflation for like 2 years, right? She's been so wrong on that people have been kind of going ham on her, which is really unfair. At least she's out there freaking At least she's out there educating the rest of us noobs in macro, right? Like these other folk who are just pointing fingers at her and saying, "Oh, Kathy Wood, she was wrong about everything." Well, what the F were you right about, man? Everyone was wrong about everything, all right? Everyone was wrong about everything. She's putting her money where her mouth is, and she's sticking to her guns, and you got to respect her for that. So, yeah. Not that we are following any of her trades, but still. Okay, so yeah, we talked about what the market thinks is coming up for the next meeting, right? What's really important now is to see what the market thinks is coming up for the meeting after that, right? So, again, the current range is 450 to 475, right? The next meeting, the market thinks that the Fed is going to go up to 475 to 500, right? Now, if in the next meeting we're going up to 475 to 500, what will be the market's anticipation for the meeting after that? Well, they think that after the next meeting, right, this is the meeting in May, the Fed will stop. There's a 22% probability that the Fed will stop. 70% that we get another 25 basis points hike, and a 7% that we actually get a 50, which we do get two 50s in a row, by the way, which at the moment is a 7% multiplied by 9%, which is around a 0.63% chance, right? Yeah, that's a very low percent chance we see that. But now here's the thing. Where does your edge lie? Your edge lies in that deviation between what the market is pricing in at the moment and what the Fed actually does. So your edge actually lies in this side and this side, right? If you think that if the Fed actually puts in 250 basis points hikes, where they go 50 and then 50, well, there's a short opportunity there, right? If you believe that, there's a short opportunity there. If you instead believe that the Fed goes 0 and then 0, well, there's a long opportunity there because the market is not pricing that in at the moment. Does that make sense? See, it doesn't matter what you think is right and what should happen. What matters is what the market thinks at the moment and what they will think in the future. Right? As we come closer to rate, we will have a better idea what the Fed will do. But at the moment, we are around 6 weeks away from the March meeting, right? Yeah, less than 6 weeks, and another 12 weeks away from the May meeting. That's where the edge lies. That's where the bull market could run, or the bear market could continue. The main gist is that the Fed pushed back too much. He kind of had to do that, though, right? I think what Kathy Wood is saying is that we've had the fastest rate hiking cycle in the history, which is true. This is faster than even the 1970s. But because he's done this, because he's raised so fast, he is able to clamp down on inflation expectations before it got out of control, right? Because then you go into a wage price spiral, which we talked about earlier in this channel. Now, because he's done this, what this allows him to do is to get the effect of a massive interest rate hike without actually breaking the economy, right? Because this is something that really confused me when I was studying all this shit 2 to 3 years ago when I didn't know much or I didn't know anything at all. Just because he's raised interest rates this high, right? We're sitting at 4.5 to 4.75% at the moment. Just because he's raised interest rates this high, it doesn't mean that everyone's debt is going to be that high. It doesn't mean that all of the US debt is going to be paying 4.5 to 4.75. All that means is that all the near-term debt, all the debt that they newly issue, not near-term, newly issued debt, okay, that is going to be paying 4.5 to 4.75, right? But if they keep this up only for like maybe 1 year and then they bring it back down to 2% next year, well, there's going to be only 1 year's worth of debt that is going to be paying really, really high rates, while they wrecked all of the overzealous corporate companies who took on way too much short-term variable debt, right? And those guys are screwed. But for example, I believe Apple took like a 50-year 50-year maturity. 50 years. They took on a bond coupon that actually is going to last 50 years, and that's very, very, very low debt, right? I think MicroStrategy did something, very, very low percent rates, and MicroStrategy did something very, very similar. If you were smart enough to cash in on fixed rate, long term, low percent, then you're fine. You're not gonna be affected all that much by the rate hikes, unless you need new financing in the short term. If you need new financing in the short term, you're gonna actually struggle, because now your new financing is gonna have a higher percent. But if you pre-cashed in on your loans and your cash flow positive, and you can weather the storm for the next year or so, you'll be fine. So yeah. So that's how you guys need to think about it. Is that let's go ahead and draw it out for you guys. Okay, if there's a massive pile of debt, okay, most of this debt, all of this debt over here, guys, probably has a very low interest rate that they got to pay out. Okay, I'm talking about US debt. I don't know the actual numbers, by the way. This is conceptually in my head. But now all of this new debt that you're issuing, this is going to be at like 4.5%, 3.5 to 4.5% on average, right? And then you're going to end up having something like this if things go according to how I think it's going to go. Right? Where this is going to be high debt issuance, this is going to be low debt, and then they're going to go back to low rates. So if they can actually pull this off, we don't know. If they can pull this off, everything's going to be hunky dory, man. It's just going to be we're going to have pain during this period here, right? And by hunky dory, I mean like debt is going to keep going up. The US dollar relative to assets is going to keep going down. Bitcoin's going to keep going up, right? That's what you want, right? Everyone wants the Fed to print now. Everybody wants. We complain that, oh, the Fed is printing, screw them. But we want the Fed to print, because if the Fed doesn't print, Bitcoin goes down, right? Let's be honest, man. We all want him to go, bro. All right, yeah, we went off on a huge tangent there. Okay, so what do you guys want to talk about next? I kind of did my best to explain my thoughts on macro. I need to learn the risk myself at time also. At time. What do you mean, Frank? I don't understand the question. You accept Matic Doge or for payment? No one's ever asked. No one's ever asked me that. Doge. No, I will not accept Matic or Doge, man. Bitcoin, USDT. I mean, honestly, it does matter, man. Yeah, sure. I'll just sell it into Bitcoin. So yeah, sure. I'll accept Matic or Doge. What is Matic saying at, man? Matic's looking so good, by the way. You know what? I'll accept Matic. I'll take Matic. Yeah, I'll take Matic. Look at this shot, man. Why the hell would I not take Matic? Okay, Matic it is. Let's go, man. This shot looks good. But Matic's sitting against, this guy's really smart. He knows Mystic Honda's smart. He knows Matic's sitting up against weekly resistance on Bitcoin. So much resistance here, Jesus. Yeah, but I think Matic might be one of the best Bitcoin pairings in crypto, as long as it breaks out of your fast. Relax says the total market dynamic changing faster and faster the total market dynamic. What do you mean by that, man? So many new variables coming up, like CBDCs. Oh, I see what you mean now. I see what you mean. Yeah. Exactly. Just try to read FOMO and fear. No, man. You got. Don't try to be too much of a contrarian trader, man. You end up getting hurt. But it's good to keep an eye on that, though, right? So at the moment, what do you think? Like, if you had to tell me, man, what is your read? Do you think the market at the moment is feeling fear or FOMO? Because my read is that the market is feeling a mix of both. On one hand, when the market's rallying, they're like, shit, I missed out. And then when the market dumps, I don't think they will buy. Because they're scared. They're like, oh shit, market's dumping. Maybe I was right to be fearful in the beginning. Maybe the recession scares, there's this, there's that, there's the staking ban, right? I think the market is struggling to reconcile with whether they should be bullish or bearish, or whether they should FOMO or be scared. And I think that's where the opportunity is in. It's where people are just not sure whether they should just effing step up. You know, the best trades end up being the trades where you're like kind of just so uneasy about it. Like, am I doing the right thing, man? Okay, Shravan, are you here? So Shravan and I were having a phone call when Bitcoin was around 17K, and I was like, you know, man, I think this is the bottom, and the reason I think this is the bottom is because I'm feeling sick to my stomach at the moment. This is the first time, not even at 20K when we first dumped here. It's the first time I'm feeling, holy effing shit. Holy shit, this actually hurts now. Right? We were around 17K, 16K, and I'm like, that feeling alone where I am feeling so shit about the price makes me think, okay, I need to start deploying, right? And it actually ended up, I do not condone ever using your own feelings to like counter trade yourself or anything like that, right? Because you don't know where does it end. Are you feeling what you want to feel just because you want to feel that way so you can buy, right? But I actually felt sick to my stomach, and I was like, okay, you know what? This feeling over here. But yeah, Shravan's here. He can vouch for this. He can vouch for this, because I was like, man, this has got to be the bottom, because this hurts me too. The entire time when Bitcoin was dumping, I was like, fine. I was like, yeah, I can handle this. I've been through 2 bear markets. I can do this too. But then when we got down to 17K, I felt that sickness, right? So I'm not saying that every trade should feel that way, but every trade should have that kind of, man, I'm not feeling good about this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Unless, like, okay, this is what it should feel. It should feel like I am following my rules, even though I really don't want to, because I really don't want to, because fuck, price looks so ugly. But my rules are telling me to buy. Those are the best trades. Can you make a video on your trading journey? Dude, my entire channel is a journal on my trading journey. You'll have to put a lot of work into it, though, to watch my entire channel. But I guess I could like summarize my emotions. I could tell you guys. I could kind of do a summary right now, man. I could just tell you guys how high. Let's see. I started really putting money into the market. So I found out about Bitcoin and Ethereum around here. Okay, here. Okay, let's do this. It's not going to be a short discussion, but it's not going to be a long discussion either. I didn't really find out about Bitcoin around here. I heard about Bitcoin somewhere around here. Like, one of the devs of the dashboard, he was mining Bitcoin on campus. Not campus, really, very close to campus. We all lived around the same colony kind of thing, and he was using the free electricity You guys know two of the mango seedlings who were using campus electricity to mine Bitcoin. Bitcoin was sitting around $200 or something at the time. Yeah, not even here, man. Somewhere around here. Right? That's where I first heard about Bitcoin. I thought it was a freaking scam, or I just dismissed it. I was really focused on academia at the time. I needed my scholarship money just to survive. So I dismissed what they were doing, but they had set up like a mining kind of thing there. That's when I first heard about Bitcoin. Then I lived my life, and I started doing well in life. I was getting like good job offers, etc., etc. I was a software dev, right? I was a software dev, and then I was working like at a corporate Fortune 500 corporate company as a product manager, etc., etc. I realized that, you know what, I hate the corporate life. I'm going to go back to do my master's, and my PhD. I'd already done my master's. This is what I thought to myself. I really enjoyed my life when I was doing my master's. The research, etc., was my thing. I didn't have anyone hounding over me on a daily basis, etc., etc. I really loved studying. Right, that was essentially my thing. So I went back to my prof. I'm like, you know what, I want to do my PhD under you. And she said, oh, okay, cool. Just figure out what you want to like research, etc., etc., and we can talk about it. And I'd quit my job too, or rather, when I first spoke to her, I was thinking about quitting my job. I hated my job, and she told me to check out this thing called Bitcoin. And I was like, oh, I remember my friends doing this nonsense. I want nothing to do with that. It's a scam, right? I was so turned off by the idea of doing my PhD on Bitcoin. So turned off by the idea. And then she said, okay, check out this thing called Ethereum instead, because this may be more a thing, because they're doing software, they're doing dApps, they're doing decentralized applications, right? The word dApp was like really exciting to me. So I called up my friend Shanks, who's in Mango, and I asked him about all of this, and he told me that he got into the Ether ICO, right? And then I looked at the price, and the thing was sitting at like $25 or something at the time. I'm like, holy shit, you got it in the ICO? How much did you get it for? Like 16 cents? I'm like, what? Are you you're freaking rich, right? So that's how you get interested, right? In the space, you're like, wow, people are getting rich out of this shit. I'm like, I want to be rich. I told Krisha about it. Krisha was like, she wants to be rich. But dude, we watched Ethereum go from 35 to 55 to 75 to 100 in no time. It was so fast. This was all, it felt fast. It was happening over like a few months, right? Because I was still like researching. I was like studying the white papers and all. I was into fundamentals, you know. I was like, you know, I have a background in comp sci, and you know, I was really good. Like, you can go and read all of my posts. All of my old posts are still out there. They're not out there. They're on the website, mangoresearch.co, where I was explaining Ethereum sharding, because nobody could understand that shit. Vitalik actually commented on my post saying that, thank you for this, because I broke down sharding the way they wanted to do it back then, in a very like ELI 5 manner, right? I use analogies and shit. And all of Reddit loved my post, right? I got like thousands of upvotes and shit. So I was really into that shit. But then I realized none of it matters, man. None of it matters. What matters is what everything I explained to you guys right now. Right? I'm not right now, like a few minutes ago, right? All of that. Market expectations versus what the market thinks right now, etc., etc. And what the market will think in the future. So yeah, that was my journey, man. That's how I got into it. You can thank my prof. She changed my life. She changed my life in many ways too, because during undergrad, she was really influential in me beginning to love coding. Right? She taught really well, which is why I know how important it is to be a good teacher. If I teach you guys risk management in a fun way, you guys will love risk management, right? And I hope I was able to do that for all of you seedlings. Did I do that for you guys, Chauvin, Julian, Mark? Did I do that for you, Krisha? I hope so, because that was my goal. That was my biggest goal, to make risk management fun for all of you. Krisha is like waking up in the middle of the night looking at price. Oh man, looking at Ethereum just keep going and going. Oh god. I remember there was this time, man. It was at 112 and it dumped down to 104. I'm like, bye. Oh God, those are good times. Nanta's here too. Hey man, yeah, Nanta's a seedling too. There you go. I'm glad I was able to make autumn fun. What's the plan for 5 years beach house living? Well, I'm very close to beach now, so I've already kind of left Canada pretty much for good because I'm not a winter person. No, but my plan is to keep studying, man. Keep improving, keep learning. There's so much to learn in the financial markets. I'm just going to keep studying. I'm going to keep teaching you guys. And if you guys want to actually learn as opposed to just making money, I know I shouldn't be saying that. I should be saying, hey, I'm going to make you guys a lot of money, but I can't promise you guys that. What I can promise you guys is I'll teach you guys how to survive the markets, and I'll teach you guys everything I learn. That's what I can promise you guys. So if you guys want that, subscribe to the channel. If that's not what you're looking for, then I don't know, man. Alina's like just joining. Please start. Oh God, this is Alina. This stream is the one stream you should watch from beginning to end because I'll likely never talk about these things again. How's it going, Alina? Always glad to see you here. Nah, man, I missed that RPL trade, but RPL was one of the coins that have been, it's been behaving strong, right? So let's go ahead and list the coins that have been behaving really well during this move. I'll add a new page here. You guys like my scribbles, by the way? I'm using a new tool, so let's take page after. Okay, so RPL should probably write straight. I mean, I don't know actually too much about RPL. Let's look at it before I list it, but for sure Matic, right? Matic, BGB, Woo. Okay, so now I am in Matic. It's not Matic. I am in Matic, I am in BGB, I am not in Woo. I am considering reallocating some of my bad trades or trades that aren't going so well into Woo. I'm not so sure about that just yet, but that would be nice, right? I don't know if it would be nice, but it would be nice in that I got shook out of Woo and I was able to buy back into a 30% pullback. So that I'll be like, oh, that feels good. But at the same time, I would have to be taking a loss on my trade that I'd be moving out of. So mixed feelings. But you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Reposition into strength. And now RPL, right? Tentative. Let's go ahead and see if it's looking good. Okay, so I mean, just by looking at this, you can see that it's done pretty well. But look at the daily. Yeah, it's what you want to see is, did it hold its levels? And no, I wouldn't say it did all that well, man. Yeah, it didn't hold its levels. It had a breakout, 20% breakout, and then it dumped back in. It didn't, yeah. Mixed feelings. I would say yeah, because, okay, let's put it this way. If it broke underneath here, that's when you say that, okay, it behaved like the weaker coins. But it's a high low, man. It's a high low, right? Low, high, low, high, high. So high, high. So high, low, high, high. Yeah, so we can list RPL here. RPL is Rocket Pool, right? It's the LSD narrative, right? Julian's got to go. Hey, man. See ya next time. Thank you for joining in. Have a great weekend too. The shakedown on centralized stakers has given a bump. Ooh. So RPL is a decentralized service? I had no idea. I'm not familiar, man. So it's not like Woo, right? Because Woo has a coin, but it's not decentralized. I think Wu has a decentralized version, kind of like BNB. So RPL is like fully decentralized. How did they manage that? Rocket Pool is a decentralized staking pool. Okay, nice. I'll look into it. Really? As low as 0.1. How many nodes do they have? Also leverage returns with RPL. I gotta look into this, man. What's the difference between RPL and LTO, by the way? If you had to just give me a quick explanation. Relax says a lot of big influencers already calling bull trap confirmed. Yo, screw them, man. What do they know? You never know until you never know that a bull trap is confirmed until you get trapped, right? You just gotta get trapped first. You're like, yep, I got trapped. You can't outsmart a bull trap unless it's part of your trading strategy. I'm trading this like a bull market until we break back into 20k. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, man. But I'm not gonna be a smart ass. The symphony of FUD everywhere, yeah. And just a few days ago, everyone was worried about missing position, right? And now, like, yeah, it's gonna go lower. I mean, it could go lower, but how low? 20.6k. Weekly dynamic, man. Where's that? 20.4k. 4-day dynamic is coming in at 20.6k. Oof, I like that. The Shanghai upgrade when is that? Will people be able to unstake right after that? I just want to show you guys how expensive Ethereum is. Ethereum's expensive, right? Binance stablecoin investigation. I had no idea. I mean, I don't know. There's always going to be something bearish to talk about, man. On RPL? Interesting. What's its market cap right now? Let's wait for the weekly to close. I mean, is there any more trade history on this? There's not. I can't do much with this. How new is this? Uniswap. Oh. I'll have to check that out later. What we need to understand as a community is that there's always going to be a narrative for the dump. There's never not going to be a narrative for a big dump. So if you're waiting for big dump, right, it's not going to come because the market just decided, you know what, let's just dump price. No. There's always going to be a narrative for the dump to actually happen. So if you're waiting for a dump, and then you get scared to buy when the dump actually comes because of a particular narrative, then when will you ever get your perfect dump? I mean, there's something to think about. I think Bitcoin went through its worst event ever already. Right here. That was massive, dude. And we're back above it. Like, my rules tell me I have to be bullish on something like this. Hey buddy, how's it going? Casper and Ishbar. So, oh, some Bing. Has anyone traded on Bing? I'm considering trying out Bing. Is there more price history on something other than Uniswap? Ah, there we go. Not bad, man. Cleared weekly dynamic. Wants to go up. I don't like the previous week's candle though, but many coins have been doing this, like breaking out, kind of consolidating around the weekly and then eventually going up. Resistance at around 5 cents. If it breaks 5 cents, I would say it needs to break 5.50. So 5.5 cents. And then 2x after that, man. H bar. Same story. But right overhead resistance at 0.08. Right overhead. Price floated into resistance, consolidating. You see even like a 4-day close above this. That's a 5x trade on H bar. Whatever the hell this coin is. Wasn't Kevin O'Reilly? Well, that's not 5x. What am I saying? Oh, it's at 8 cents. Sorry, I read it as 4 cents. My bad. Yeah, more like a 2.5x. Krisha did an FTM video, right? Just like today. Oh no, she did only for the Discord. So yeah. Yeah. FTM, man. FTM sitting on weekly support. Lost the daily dynamic, but yeah, there's support in this region coming all the way from around. What are we sitting at? 4.44, right? Yeah, coming from this region over here. So this cluster, sorry, I didn't mark it up for you guys. This cluster here, that's your weekly support zone. I'm in this trade. I have no opinion on Link and its competitor Band. All I know is that I made a lot of money from both of those trades. Link and Band were two of my favorite trades of all time. I have no idea how they work though. I know they're oracles. I have no, I know nothing else about them. But two of my best trades of all time, easily. Link was like a very fond memories. I know nothing about it, man. Once the trend ended, I was out. Gabriel Lopez. Yeah, let's go check out ADA. I like ADA. I'm considering getting a position in ADA, but I'm not ready yet. So ADA had like a rising channel against resistance and then broke down and then got supported, right? You're seeing support right now. So yeah, rising. So when you see something like this, right? When it's tight, guys, whether it be down or up, right? Technically, this is an uptrend, and in a bull market, you should love uptrends. But more often than not, in a bull market, you're going to see something like this, right? So we're seeing that now, which is why I'm tempted. Well, we don't know if it's going to break up. If this breaks down over here, you're going to see further down. So you got to be careful of that. That's your invalidation. If it breaks underneath your trend level, which over here is sitting at around 35 cents, then I'll be looking towards 30 cents next. Lose 30 cents, I'll be looking towards 26. So let's see. If the bull market continues, this is gonna make its way up 50 maybe. But yeah, similar story for the down move, right? Which is what we traded, which is what we got on Bitcoin. You see this, and so breaking up, it actually breaks down and then breaks up. All right, we've been streaming for an hour and 15 minutes. Let's see, anything I want to talk about? Well, BGB, one of our best trades of this. I was like spamming this coin pretty much on the Discord. I wasn't like telling you guys to buy or anything. I never do that. But I was like, hey, man, this chart's looking fantastic, guys. This chart's looking fantastic, guys. This chart's looking fantastic, guys. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. And boom, boom, boom. Massive move, man. Massive move. So yeah. Yet to post though. Oh, Krisha's talking about FTM. Okay, yeah. She's a bit delayed on our stream. So yeah, BTB doing good. Lower time frame consolidation may have just broken up actually. Damn. Yeah, this may want to take another leg up. But be careful, guys. This is the 1 hour time frame. It could fail. The weekly is already really strong, so be careful. BGB looking good. FXS, I'm no longer in this trade. I already took profits, and hey, yeah, cool. I'm happy I took profits. It was looking good a couple of days ago. I haven't looked at it since because I'm not on the trade anymore, paying attention to other trades. But this could be a good entry point. Really good entry point. Daily dynamic right over here. So yeah, I wasn't too keen because 14 is resistance. Look at this. It's key resistance, right? The zone here. So I started scaling out and then I got out completely. So no longer an FXS. Metis is a bit opportunity for those of you who are still looking to trade this. I am not looking to trade this anymore. I am done. I'm out of the trade. Yeah. So yeah, I'm done. I'm out of the trade because weekly resistance. I think there are better trades to be had now. But Metis, looking to trade it. It actually surprised me with this move over here, right? So the 12-hour dynamic is what do you want? 12-hour dynamic resistance. If it reclaims that, maybe. IMX, very strong, very strong. I may want to get back in. $1.14 is resistance. I don't know though. A lot of coins are telling me they want to cool off. Some coins are saying that they may want to begin, right? I think FTM has already cooled off. It's pulled back a lot. Matic is telling me that it wants to begin. Cardano may want to begin. Look at Cardano's lower time frame formation over here. Curve, I'm sitting in a loss on this one. Well, not. I'm sitting in the red. No, I haven't taken the loss yet. But I may want to reallocate this one. Okay, so it's holding the bottom of the dynamic. Let me tell you guys what happened with my Woo trade, right? Woo did something similar like this. And I was like, guys, what if Curve does something similar where it breaks down underneath the dynamic, shakes me out, then puts in a head and shoulders formation and then breaks up. Inverted head and shoulders, right? Where your left, your head, your right shoulder, and it breaks up. I feel like that's what it's going to do to me, man. It's going to shake me out here. And then it's going to break back in. I better get back into the trade there, but I likely won't because I might be allocated to something better. Sand. I like sand. I don't think I'll be getting shook out of this trade. This thing dumped too, but I like the price action. I like the price action. I'm likely going to get shook out of Curve. I can feel it. Telos, I'm not in this trade, but I kept this on my list because I may want to take a very low position size on this one because it's a low cap. And it's on BitGet, right? I'm trading on BitGet, so it's on BitGet. But weekly resistance here, so I'm not keen over here. I'm keen above it, and I'm keen underneath. It's not been dumping, though. This entire move, it's not been dumping as hard as I'd wanted to, so I'm not getting a good bid. Like 15, 16 cents is not that good to me. But then it'll look really good if it breaks up, right? So, but at the moment, I'll just stay out. Yeah, that's my entire list, man. All right. Now you guys know every coin that I'm interested in. Yeah, but Mystic, I'd give Bitcoin a few days to fully recover. I mean, then again, I'm kind of biased. I kind of want a lower move down. I don't know. So resistance over here, top of the dynamic, guys, 22,460. Make sure you note it down. It's also lining up with 4-hour dynamic resistance out of there. First test. So I'll tell you guys how things work out. Okay, let me give you guys some alpha right here. So what tends to happen is when you get your impulsive move down, right, on the breakdown, okay, price is going to do something like this, right, on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, on the 1 hour time frame, you're going to end up getting your oscillators on. Let's say you have to draw your oscillators underneath, right? Your oscillators are going to end up looking like this. While price is putting in lower lows, oscillators won't on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, and then you're going to get a big move, an emotional move, where a lot of people FOMO in because they're like, shit, I missed the bottom, shit, I missed the bottom. But this move over here is 4-hour resistance. Okay, and then price smacks back down, and then people feel stupid about themselves, right? Because they're like, shit, I FOMO'd in, now I'm trapped over there, and they'll eventually capitulate. All this is happening on the lower time frame emotions. While people should just be sitting at home watching TV, spending time with their wives, kids, etc., they're doing this. They're getting chopped up by emotions because of shit like this. But price will come down. Okay, we'll test the candle closes set up by these. So there'll be 4 1-hour candles over here that set up 1 4-hour candle. Okay, there'll be an important 4-hour candle which has important 4-hour candle close. It's going to come back down to test that 4-hour candle, put a wick, and now you're going to see something similar happen on the 4-hour. We're going to have 4-hour bullish divergence and then back up to the 12-hour. But this might actually be the reversal move where you end up seeing something like this, and boom, that's your alpha. It's ridiculous how they don't notice. Are you talking about the people with the emotions? Well, I mean, I was one of them, man. I was one of them. The reason I'm talking about these people is because I was exactly like them. I did all of that. You can't control your emotions, man. I mean, you can. You can, but you need to you need time and experience, and you need something like this, which is something I didn't have, right? I didn't have someone telling me all of these things when I was learning. I had to go through it myself. I wish I had something like this, which is why I created Mango too. Tell you guys about things no one else tells you about, right? There are other channels out there that'll give you calls and levels. I can tell you guys about this shit. Mr. Cordless, I am one of them. There you go, man. Hey, you won't be after if you join the seed, right? You get a good grounding. Yeah, in time, man. Yeah, you can never let those emotions. You can never be free of those emotions. All you can do is you embrace them and use them to your advantage, right? 17K. I was able to be like, shit, I feel like absolute ass right now. It's probably the bottom. And next time, right now I can take this one step further. Hopefully, next time I can be like, should I buy this dip? Should I buy this dip? I don't know. I'm too eager to buy this dip. Maybe there's more pain, right? Because if I can identify a turning point in the market, right? If I can identify, I'm not saying I'm trying to call a top, but let's say I'm like, okay, this might be a turning point in the market. If I get confirmation on something like the 50 SMA, the monthly 10 SMA, I'm not sure why I said 50 SMA, the monthly 10 SMA. If I can get that confirmation, right? Okay, we lost a 10 SMA. I was right about my turning point. Okay, so my turning point was validated. Even though I called turning point at 66K, it was only validated at 50K. Oh, that's why I said 50 SMA, because of 50,000 Bitcoin. Yeah, so at 50K, I was validated on my idea. Now, where do I buy? Where do I buy? Should I buy at 30K? Should I buy at 20K? No, maybe now I can say, wait for that point of pain, where I feel pain, right? Because that's when a lot of market participants are going to be feeling pain too and just be letting go. They're just going to let go of their positions. I don't know whether I felt enough pain at 30K to be buying the dip at 30K, right? So we can learn as a community together, keep growing. Wham, yes sir. Oh dude, it's one of my favorite songs as a kid. Yeah, but we're not hodling, dude. We're trading. Everything in life is a trade, dude. You can never hodl anything. You can never hodl anything, okay? Because you can say, oh, I'll buy BTC at 30K and I'll just hodl, okay? But you know what you're doing over here when you're doing that? You're making a trade-off. You're saying I'll buy at 30K and I'm foregoing that cash that I could use to buy at 15K. It's a trade. Well, we can delude ourselves as much as we want, so we feel better. But we could have bought 2x more BTC, right? But we made that trade-off, and that's fine. I'm not saying it's a bad trade. The trade-off is that I don't want to risk Bitcoin not coming down to 15K and instead bouncing. That's a trade. That's a trade, right? Because you could have got more, and then you would have been that much more happier with what you're hodling. And since you know it, you would have been that much happier, right? Since you know your hodl so well. So everything in life is a trade-off. Everything. Can't take it with you. Oh, I think you were responding to him. Banjack says no staking though, centralized exchange like Kraken. What do you? Oh, BingX. You're talking about BingX, eh? But the law requires KYC staking, so these. Bing is good. So is so good. They trade S&P, Forex, and some stocks. They keep your orders separate too instead of adding. Ooh, okay. Hey. I appreciate the responses, guys. Really, truly. If you guys are on the Discord, go ahead and join so that way we can keep this conversation going even after the stream. If you guys aren't in the Discord, go ahead and join, and you guys can find the Discord at the mangoway.com/Discord. Apologies for the upside down handwriting. My drawing pad is upside down. When some protocols implement like a penalty, right? Like if you unstake, you lose like a certain percent of your coins. those are scary. But if you're staking and there's like a 3-month duration, and you can kind of like time it with these markets. I don't know. Okay, how about this? There's some protocols who have like high inflation, and you almost need to stake to counter the inflation, right? So if you really want to hold it for the entire market cycle, like you believe in it the way I believed in Bitcoin I'm like, okay, you know what, I am looking to collect Bitcoin for 2028, right? 2026, 2028, whatever. If you believe that you're okay holding it for like 2 cycles, then this is a good idea. Like, you're gonna be fine. As long as you want to get a good price too, right? You don't want to buy the top of the market and say I'm going to be fine, because a 90% drawdown is like, it's painful. But hey, some have done that, man. In BingX, is it possible to trade S&P 500 or gold or something, some type of derivatives like you have in crypto, or do you know any other exchange that offers this? I'm going to look into Bing. I'm going to talk to their team as well and see. I'm going to try Bing. I can't answer you, but people in here can. We talk about simplefx.com, but yeah, I haven't used that one in a while. Okay, so I've gone through all of my coins with you guys. You can go ahead and look at SPY. If you get a, for some reason I thought it was Saturday, dude. I thought it was Saturday today. Feels like a freaking Saturday. Yeah, SPY can have a good day to close. That'd be good for crypto too. Dixie, remember we talked about it snapping back to the weekly dynamic. Hey, Mock had a great call on SPY. On Dixie, like to the T. Like, really well done. Good job, Mock. But yeah, we talked about how because of the daily dynamic, Reclaim is like going to smack back up to the weekly dynamic. It didn't quite get up there. It may actually still want to. Who knows? But a couple of times now, it's not gotten fully up there, right? Over here too, kind of missed the mark a bit. Over here too, but you could consider that this one a test. This one, let's see. But Dixie coming down and the 2-year coming down right over here would be good. But this doesn't seem like it wants to, man. Let's see. Both of these things coming down, Dixie and the 2-year, would be an easing of financial conditions. We have the 30-year also. Kind of going sideways, but up and sideways, right? Higher lows here. So conditions are kind of retightening. The market is essentially saying, hey, inflation. What the hell is this? Why is this on my list? Let's empty out this list, man. So much nonsense on here that I don't even need anymore. Okay, Shopify. What's Shopify doing? Let's get this out of the way. XRP. Why is XRP on here? Okay, I want Oxy on there. Amazon, Tesla. Yes. Okay. Bitcoin against money supply. That's fine. Fed funds. Yes. Oh, by the way, do you guys remember last year when we went through this entire exercise? Where we talked about the history of J Powell. I even talked about this period though. Why is it not here? I did mark out this period, right? Alright guys, I gotta go too. This was fun. Should do this. I don't think I'm going to be doing a live stream anytime soon, but maybe I'll try to do one a week, right? Or whenever you guys are kind of like feeling the mood for it, let me know. Let me know in the comments of the daily videos. Let me know in the Discord. When you guys when there's enough people feeling a live stream, maybe we'll get together and do it. Cheers. Yeah, I'm glad you guys found this fun. I did too. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, much love from the entire Mango team. Right, let's go ahead and draw out a nice little heart. This is not a nice heart, but I'm doing my best, guys. If I color it, it's going to look better. There you go. Mwah. See you guys. Keep the learning.